With a great mix of comedy, mystery, and action, DEKARANGER made its mark as one of the best seasons in the history of Super Sentai. Now, 20 years after the iconic series, DEKARANGER returns again in a brand new movie titled Toku Sentai DEKARANGER 20th Fireball Booster, to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the show.
Whoa, it's cool.
Because this is an anniversary project, the biggest question going in has to be, is it a return to form or a failed attempt at recapturing the magic of the series? I just finished watching, so let's talk about it. By the way, there will definitely be spoilers, so here's your warning. We start with the DEKARANGER's day off from work, where Umiko and Sin are having lunch and the team is celebrating their 20th anniversary. After an explosion, they meet a tiny little alien named Marple. As Sin and Umiko check on the well-being of Marple, they notice a mysterious woman in the distance. After unsuccessfully attempting to question her, the mysterious woman attacks the DEKARANGERs before we are introduced to Premier Deka Red. After a scuffle with the mysterious woman, who we find out is named Renjo, she retreats and we see the return of Bon. I think the obvious reaction to this is to ask, who the hell is the other guy? Turns out Premier Deka Red is Rui Edogawa, a new ranger that wears orange while unhinged, who Bon is mentoring. After returning to Deka Base, the Rangers discuss things with Doggy Kruger and Swan, including an incident in which Bon, Rui, and the rest of Fireteam Squad attempted to arrest a narcotics king named Tarewarane. Eventually, Tarewarane would be deleted, but his wife Renjo would live on. According to Doggy Kruger, Renjo was attempting to take revenge for her husband being deleted, and to continue his plans of turning the world into a narcotics planet. Jasmine uses her ESP to find out more information regarding an item that Renjo left at the scene of the altercation earlier, while Sin uses his thinking pose to get to the bottom of this mystery. The squad would later split up to cover more ground during the investigation, where we see Bon, Umiko, and Rui go to the alien zone in order to search for Renjo, while Jasmine and Hoji go to planet Shima. While walking through the bustling market of the alien zone, Bon, Umiko, and Rui ask the citizens and shop owners about where Renjo is, but to no avail, until Umiko runs into Marple, while Rui finds out that Renjo is bathing at a hot spring. After Umiko confronts her, we can see that she's looking at a picture of her young daughter, and her earring flashes red before she dunks Umiko under the water and escapes yet again. After this, we see Tetsu and Sin and Koshi absorbing the culture, meeting with the mayor, without any nonsense, while at the same time Rui is injured in an explosion while attempting to catch the fleeing Renjo. Later on, Jasmine and Hoji are looking for Renjo's daughter, who we now know is named Rakamu, when they are attacked by a woman trying to stop them from continuing their search. Back in Kochi, Tetsu and Sin meet a woman named Mokumisu, who is a curator at a botanical garden. After finding out that they are from SPD's Earth branch, she transforms into her true form and starts attacking them. Apparently this woman has been on Earth for 17 years, and she claims that the reason she hates SPD is because they have been trying to delete her this entire time. After Sin bribes her with some of the local goodies that they picked up that day, we would find out that they have similar goals, and she would ally with the SPD. After a trip to Deka Base, Swan discovers that the next explosion is going to happen at a church. At the church, Rui would confront Renjo and even attempt to shoot her, but he would accidentally shoot Umiko instead as she tried to protect Renjo. This scene was a swerve, even though the thought of Umiko dying is almost unthinkable. But in the moment, I honestly wasn't sure. After realizing that Umiko had on a bulletproof vest, Ban reveals that Renjo's daughter was kidnapped after they fled from her husband Tarawarane due to him being abusive. It turns out that Renjo's daughter was kidnapped by the true antagonist of this movie. Yes, the true antagonist of this movie is Morphle, or to be more accurate, Rotomen, who was the right-hand man of Tarawarane when he was still alive. And Rotomen's goal is secretly to carry out the will of Tarawarane, which is to of course turn the world into a narcotics planet. Rotomen planned everything, even the bombs, and greatly resents Renjo for betraying her husband. Rotomen kidnapped Renjo's daughter in order to force her to go along with his evil plans. We eventually arrive at an epic climax to the movie with the battle between the Dekarangers and Rotomen, including an extended and super hype roll call, before Ban would use the power of Premier Deca Red for himself. After an explosive and exciting final battle, Rotomen's deletion would be approved and he gets sent out in a fiery blast, making Renjo and her daughter Rakumu finally safe at last. Renjo and her daughter would leave for their home planet, and our rangers would laugh and smile about how little they've changed in the last 20 years. Because this is Dekaranger, I'm pretty sure I had a permanent smile on my face while watching this, and seeing this amazing cast get together again is an absolute treat. As far as the story, it's nothing particularly extraordinary, but I do appreciate the twist of having Morphle be the true antagonist. It kinda justifies my initial feelings of wanting to kick him around like a football. DEKARANGER 20th Fireball Booster is a high-octane mystery with all the hilarious comedy and heartwarming charm that you would expect from this series. And if you're like me, you will absolutely have a smile on your face while the credits are rolling. Now here's to a 30th anniversary movie. How do you think this movie stacks up against the series and the other Dekaranger projects? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you guys later.